Welcome to BitWise for Crypto Easy Learning. Here we explain topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, and examples so that even your grandpa and the average person can understand them. In this video, we're going to explain what Chainlink is. What is a link token and how does it work? The problem that trying to solve as well as links tokenomics. Before we start, do support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing, thank you. Before we dive in, we would highly recommend you to watch our video on the top right card on smart contracts if you haven't, to help you understand better about this episode discussion. Chainlink aims to create a network where data providers, also called oracles, are incentivized by Link token to provide truthful and reliable data to the Chainlink blockchain, which ran by Oracle, so it's important that you know what an oracle is. Basically, an oracle is a software that acts as an intermediary helping to do a two-way data transfer between smart contracts and the real world. Chainlink is a decentralized network of oracles that provide data from off-chain sources to on-chain sources and vice versa. It allows smart contracts to access real-world information that exists outside of the blockchain in a secure manner. Chainlink also tackles the reliability problem associated with using centralized data sources, but we will get to that a little bit later. Launched in June 2017, Chainlink is the brainchild of smartcontract.com, a company co-founded by Sergey Nazarov and Steve Ellis, although their innovation arrived when the crypto industry was actually booming with new projects. Chainlink has continuously delivered on its promises, coupled with plans to expand beyond just the Ethereum network. The Chainlink network acts as a bridge between the new and booming blockchain industry and the traditional administrative structures that drive economies to build more efficient, secure and transparent processes, and that was a little bit of jargon, but we'll get into it in a minute. Chainlink is an Ethereum-based network and is secured by a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm. By the way, Chainlink is a blockchain that was built to actually solve a problem to put off-chain the real-world data to allow blockchain smart contracts to read that data, the important thing. This is good news for investors since many crypto tokens are unfortunately solutions looking for problems to solve. Moving on, how does Chainlink work? Now this is a great question. Why? Because if you Google it you'll find pages of really technical stuff that most people won't understand, and if you go to YouTube and try to find a video that explains it well, none of the videos on Chainlink actually explain how it works. They explained the tokenomics or what problem Chainlink is solving or why you should invest in it, just nothing truly explaining how it actually works so that you can understand it. Well, grab a chair because I'm about to attempt to do so. Now the first thing you must understand with Chainlink is that it is technically replacing a bunch of middlemen. Think about a real estate agent. Nowadays a lot of people just go to a website like Property Guru, find the house that they want and then move forward with that process, as opposed to hiring Chainlink's oracles, and the use of smart contracts will replace all of these people and middlemen with code. The way they do that is very complicated, but here's how it works. First off, how does data get onto the Chainlink network? The answer is node operators, and this is a fancy word for someone who locks up some of their money and says, I want to be a trusted source of data, ask me any question. Now, you might be wondering, why do they have to lock up their money? If we can prove that they are no longer being truthful, we can actually take that money from them. This incentivizes them to always tell the truth. However, the next question you might have is, why would they take this risk in the first place? Here's a hint: it's to earn money. People pay these node operators to give them reliable and truthful outside real-world data. It's a win-win situation. In reality, it gets a little more technical than that. When someone wants a piece of data on the blockchain, like maybe the weather, they first have to set up something called a requesting contract, which is the start of it all. We're about to get into some really technical stuff. After setting up a requesting contract, the Chainlink algorithm will register this request as an event, after which it will set up a new matching smart contract known as a Chainlink Service Level Agreement contract, which will allow it to access data off the blockchain. Afterward, the Service Level Agreement contract will create 3 more subcontracts: a reputation contract, an order matching contract, and an aggregating contract. We're going to go through these next. First, Chainlink's reputation contract evaluates the track record of an oracle to determine its performance history and authenticity, and then we'll basically remove a bunch of unreliable or inaccurate nodes. This contract basically checks to make sure that wherever we're getting the data from can be trusted. The second contract is the order matching contract, which sends the request contract's query or question to trustable nodes and then checks their bids from the list that it gets it, then chooses the suitable amount and types of nodes to handle the request. It should be said somewhere in here, Chainlink converts the request contracts into another programming language, and then it can actually go into the real world and grab data from the internet. Finally, Chainlink's aggregating contract can validate data from both single and multiple sources. Using the football match as an example, let's assume 8 different nodes send one set of similar scores of the game, and then another 3 nodes transmit a different game score, while the aggregating contract will basically look at all these answers and then get rid of the ones that don't really make sense, or in this case the 3 that transmitted a different game score. The aggregating contract can repeat the validation process for many different sources, after which it reconciles them by taking an average. Now, it is worth noting that some answers to questions cannot be an average, but that's outside the scope of this video. All of these processes combine Chainlink seamlessly and reliably provide accurate data for smart contract execution. To sum it up, basically, all of these contracts work together to follow this simple formula. You pay Link token to go find some trustable nodes, which is the reputation contract, then you give them a question that hopefully they can find the answer to, and this is the order matching contract. Finally, you let Chainlink aggregate all the data into a single answer, which is the aggregating contract. This is a good overview of how Chainlink actually works. Did I explain it well? Hopefully, but let's move on Chainlink's tokenomics. Basic tokenomics is important to ensure crypto project sustainability. First off, the Chainlink blockchain has a native token called Link, and this token is used to fund the project's growth during the Link's ICO in September 2017. There will be a maximum supply of 1 billion Link tokens, with a circulating supply of 467 million tokens, that about 47% of the total supply. Since Link token supply is limited, it considers non-inflationary, since an increase in demand will most likely make the price appreciation. Chainlink whitepaper reveals that 35% of the total supply will be allocated to people who help secure the network and run the oracles, then another 30% will be channeled towards the development of the Chainlink blockchain and the ecosystem. The remaining 35% were sold in ICO. Since the Chainlink is a decentralized network, users can leverage to become node operators themselves and earn Link tokens by handling important data-related tasks that ultimately lead to the blockchain's success. In a summary, 2 main uses of Link token are to pay the network, including the oracles, to give you reliable data, and also used as deposit by node operators to ensure they play nice and stay honest. If you're also interested in investing in cryptocurrencies and owning a piece of the future of money, I have good news for you. All you need to do is download the Luno app. Luno is the first cryptocurrency exchange to get licensed and regulated in Malaysia by the Securities Commission, so you're safe to use it. Once you have downloaded it, go to the rewards section and type this unique reward code, NUB8XT. Once you do that, you can deposit and buy cryptocurrency. Limited time Luno promotion, purchase a minimum of 100 ringgit of any cryptocurrency, and you will receive a 25 ringgit reward of Bitcoin. You can also enjoy a lower launching fee for new Union link. I will leave a link also in the below description. Once again, a quick disclaimer that nothing in this video shall constitute financial advice. You are responsible for your own financial choices.